Okay, today we're going to make this really easy chicken casserole. This is a King Ranch chicken casserole, and I've got everything laid out here in front of me. And I'm going to be lazy today and just use a store-bought rotisserie chicken as our cooked chicken, but you can certainly cook your own chicken for this. I would cook maybe a couple of skinless, boneless chicken breasts, just enough to equal 2 cups of cooked chicken. So let me show you everything I've got laid out here. Okay, so we've got a can of cream of chicken soup, a can of cream of mushroom soup, diced tomatoes with green chilies, which is the same thing as rotel, and we've got some sharp cheddar cheese there that's already grated. You could also use the Mexican blend, or even Monterey Jack would be good. And we've got our onion and a green bell pepper, a little bit of vegetable oil to saute those up with, some corn tortillas, and of course there's our store-bought chicken. And the spices we're going to be using is garlic salt, a little bit of regular salt, and then there's some chili powder and black pepper. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is tear up that chicken, just kind of shred it up by hand. I'll leave behind the leg quarters and the wings, and that'll be lunch probably tomorrow or the next day. Okay, so let's take off these leg quarters here. First thing I gotta do is untie them, or break the little string here. Okay, there was one that came apart pretty easy. We'll just set that aside over here. And same thing with this one. We'll just pull it off of there. And these wings, and this is the bowl we'll put the good pieces of chicken in that we're going to use for the casserole. Let's just tear this skin off and discard that. Okay, so now we're just going to shred this meat by hand and put in our bowl here that we're going to use for the chicken casserole. Okay, I think we've got it all pretty much shredded up now. So we're going to go ahead and use this amount of chicken here in the casserole. Can't forget about my little helper here. Want one more? Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and cut up our bell pepper and onions here. Okay, I think that's cut up good enough. Let's start on the onion. Okay, I think that's good enough for the onion. Okay, I've got 2 tablespoons of oil heating up in this pan here, so let's go ahead and dump in the onions and the bell pepper and saute those guys for about 5 minutes. Okay, this has been sauteing now for about 5 minutes or so. The onions are starting to get kind of translucent looking. So let's go ahead and add in our chicken. And in goes the cream of mushroom and the cream of chicken and the tomatoes and chilies. And let's give that a stir. Okay, let's give it a couple of shakes of garlic powder and some black pepper. And we'll throw in a teaspoon of chili powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And let's give that a good mix up. Okay, let's go ahead and remove that from the heat. Okay, I'm just going to lightly grease this with some butter. Okay, now I'm going to put 4 corn tortillas in the bottom, torn up into 1-inch pieces. So let's tear those up. Start layering them in there. Okay, now we're going to put about 1/3 of the chicken mixture in here. And spread that around. And now we're just going to sprinkle this with approximately 2/3 of a cup of this shredded cheese. Alright, so now we're just going to repeat the whole process over again with another 4 corn tortillas torn into 1-inch pieces. And another 1/3 of the chicken mixture. And now another approximately 2/3 of a cup of shredded cheese. And now the last layer, which is another 4 corn tortillas torn up into 1-inch pieces. And then for this final layer of cheese, I like to put at least a cup of this shredded cheese on top of there. In fact, I'm going to throw just a little bit more on there too. Just to make sure we're good and covered. Mostly covered. Okay. Okay, I just realized I had forgot to add that last layer of chicken mixture in here. So I had to pull some of the cheese back off and go ahead and get this last bit of chicken mixture on there, and we'll put the cheese back on. Oops. Okay, let's put this cheese back on now. That's what you get with this channel. All the mistakes, warts and everything. But that's okay. Everything's fixable. Okay, I've had the oven preheating to 350 degrees, so it's ready now. Let's shove her in there. And we'll put that in for about 30 to 35 minutes. Okay, we are done. Almost. Okay, this smells good and looks good, but I'm going to make it look just a little bit better. We've got one more little thing I'm going to do, and let me show you what that is. Okay, I've got these chives growing out here on the patio in this exquisitely fancy resin pot, probably from the Ming Dynasty. Actually, I think I got it at Home Depot probably about 15 years ago for $6 or $7 maybe. Anyway, it's being kept out of the landfill for the moment by growing these chives, but we're going to go ahead and cut a few of these chives just to sprinkle on top of the casserole, just to make it look a little prettier. Okay, we're just going to cut a few of these chives on here just to make it look a little prettier. Okay, as you can see, this was a super simple casserole to make. The only real cooking involved was just sauteing the vegetables, since that chicken was already cooked, and most of it was just cutting things up and assembling. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Try this casserole, it's really good. Thanks for watching.